Thank you for coming for the interview,
Thank you.
Mr. Baker.
Looking forward to it.
First question, directly, what attracted you to WJR?
Well, one of the things that attracted me was when I was looking at the requirements online on your website, I saw the descriptions and I just said, wow, that is something that is right up my alley. It's not only something I know I can do, it's something I absolutely want to do, and something I always want to do for my career. And one of the also pluses, I'm originally from Michigan, so I've listened to WJR a lot, so coming back to my home state, station that I listen to a lot, is also a big plus.
Okay. Can you give us, give me a rough sketch of your responsibilities at your last station?
Well, I worked at Dragon Digital Radio. That's the radio station for Howard Community College, and that's a college in Columbia, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And at that radio station, I did a lot. I guess I would say I did sort of everything. I did 2 of my own radio shows, and in those 2 radio shows, I wrote scripts for them. I did voiceover recordings. I edited them and put them together and chose music. And I also conducted interviews with a lot of people within the school, within the community, and so on and so forth. So I did a little bit of everything.
Okay. Can you give me a quick rundown on what you did sports related?
Well, as an intern, I interned at Dragon Sports Radio, and that's the sports section of the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
And they covered everything that went on with athletics for Howard Community College. And in there, I helped conduct interviews with coaches, and I also did like 1-minute little sports updates of the week, which covered the women's team beat so-and-so this week, but while the men's lacrosse team lost to so-and-so on Friday, that kind of thing.
Okay. Did you do any live coverage?
Yes, we did do a few live coverages every year, and when we did those, I worked the soundboard. So when we were live, I made sure the announcers were able to be heard on the air, and then we had to cut to commercial break. I made sure to bring their voices down and bring up the infomercials.
Okay, good. And within the first 30 days, what would you see being your most immediate contribution to our station?
I'm really on board with just anything you need me to do. I'm sure you'll want me to ask questions later, but if there's one thing that we really need to get done now, I'll be more than happy to jump right on board with it and just help you in any way I can.
Okay. And how would you describe your work style?
I know some people say I guess I'm laid back a bit. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm a slacker, but I do my work, but I don't necessarily like to be confrontational with other people and get in their face. We were all kind of like that at the community college, where we were always laid back and respected each other's boundaries and never kind of got in each other's face.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what would describe my working style.
Okay. And follow up on that, what do you think might be one of your weaknesses with working style or with the technology with which you're familiar? Either one.
I guess maybe one weakness I've had is sometimes when we went live, I need a little bit of help in just how to set it up right, because there are a few steps, and with different software, it requires different types of steps to go live, and sometimes I get lost in that, so I need a little bit of writing to go help on that. But if we are going live, which I assume we are, I will definitely be more than willing to look up information, make sure I can do it without any extra guided instruction.
Okay. And another kind of related question in terms of weaknesses. Do you have any particular failure that you'd like to discuss? It could be job related or otherwise, that really taught you a valuable lesson.
Well, I would say the one biggest failure I've had in my life was in my senior year in high school. I failed a mathematics course. And that was not good because I needed that mathematics course to graduate on time. And so if I didn't, since I failed it, I might have had to have taken an extra semester. But what I did do was I signed up for a semester of night school at the same time I was taking classes. And that I did very well, and so I did learn from it, and I was able to graduate on time with all my classmates and friends.
Okay, good. Now, a related kind of a question. We're a very busy station, so you're going to be assigned a good number of jobs by a supervisor. Let's say you have several and you have a limited amount of time to complete them. How would you go about prioritizing and finishing everything?
Well, I would first analyze which work is the heaviest, which requires a lot of time and minutes, and I would make sure to do those first. I always get the heavy and difficult stuff out of the way first. And then, because once you're done with those, you can do the easier, more manageable ones, and that takes less time, and that actually helps you manage your time, and you can get it done right on the deadline.
Okay. Another question along the same vein. Let's say a supervisor is either asking you or requiring that you do something with which you disagree. How would you handle that situation?
Well, if it was something I felt was say immoral or unethical, I would be sure to bring it up with another supervisor. Just tell them why I feel these reservations about it, why I don't want to do that, and hopefully they can understand where I'm coming from and hear me out, and hopefully they can resolve the situation.
Okay. A last question, a very generic question we ask everybody. What do you see as your salary requirements?
Well, at my other radio station job, I made $10.40 an hour. Now, if you starting wage is lower than that, I'll be more than happy to abide that. But that's sort of around the target range that I was given when I was working at the radio station at Howard Community College.
Okay. And then you mentioned it earlier, so the last thing I like to ask everybody is, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, we talked earlier about the 30 days thing. So, like anything, like say if you did give me the job, what you needed me to work on immediately.
Well, we do need a presence in the sports department with the Detroit Tigers, and it would be locker room interviews, either as the interviewer or on the technical end. Which one do you think you did?
I would do the interviews. feel I was a good interviewer and able to get good interviews from the players.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming out, and enjoyed the interview.
Thank you. Enjoyed it too.
All righty.